Good day everyone. So today I will be doing my assignment number 1. So for the first question is number 1, define or what is economics and who is the father of economics. So economics is a social science study of proper allocation for scarce resources in order to achieve efficiency of the availability of resources for the maximum satisfaction of human wants. And the father of economics is Mr. Adam Smith. And for the second question, what are the branches of economics and define each? So, there are two branches of economics which are the microeconomics and macroeconomics. So, for the microeconomics, it refers to individual people or consumers such as household, firms, and business and analyzing their interaction or behavior in the market. While macroeconomics refers to the economy as a whole and analyzing the behavior in regional, national, and international scale. So for the third question, which is what are the 10 basic principles of economics and give your understanding to each principle. So first is the people face trade-off. So trade-off involved with giving up one aspect or quantity for something in return of aspects and another quantity. So the second principle is the cost of something is what you give up to get it. Because people face trade-offs, making decisions requires comparing the costs and benefits of alternative courses of action. And the third principle is the rational people think at the margin. When a firm wants to make the economic decision of hiring an additional labor, the firm access the additional output the new labor will add to the total output. And for the fourth principle is that people respond to incentives. So incentive is something that causes a person to act. Because people use cost and benefit analysis, they also respond to incentives. For the fifth principle, which is the trade can make everyone better off. So trade allows countries to specialize according to their comparative advantages and to enjoy a greater variety of goods and services. Number 6, markets are usually a good way to organize economic activity. So according to Adam Smith, he made the observation that when households and firms interact in markets guided by the invisible hand, they will produce the most surpluses for the economy. For the seventh principle, governments can sometimes improve economic outcomes. So, market failures occur when the market fails to allocate resources efficiently. So, governments can step in and intervene in order to promote efficiency and equity. So, for the eighth principle, the standard of living depends on a country's production. So, the more goods and services produced in a country, the higher the standard of living. As people consume a larger quantity of goods and services, their standard of living will increase. For the ninth principle, which is the prices rise when the government prints too much money. So when there is too much money floating in the economy, there will be higher demand for goods and services. This will cause firms to increase their price in the long run, causing inflation. And for the last principle, which is the society faces a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. So in the short run, when prices increase, suppliers will want to increase their production of goods and services. And in order to achieve this, they need to hire more workers to produce those goods and services. More hiring means lower unemployment while there is still inflation. However, this is not the case in the long run. So for the fourth question, brief history of macroeconomics and who founded or who is the father of macroeconomics. So for the brief history of macroeconomics, so macroeconomics evolved from Adam Smith's classical economics in the 18th century, emphasizing free market to Keynesian economics in the 1930s, advocating government intervention. So this classical economics and Keynesian economics were combined and neoclassical synthesis was formed. So in the 1970s, Milton Friedman's monetarism focused on controlling money's supply, while neoclassical economics in the late 20th century introduced rational expectation, questioning the effectiveness of policy intervention. And the father of macroeconomics is John Maynard Keynes. So number 6, show the circular flow model and explain your thorough understanding of it. So here is the circular flow model, and it starts from the household. It sells factors of production, and the business firms will buy factors of production and sell the products. So the household will buy the products that the business or the firms offered, and the government will collect the tax from the business or firms and the tax from the household. So for the last question, what have you understood on the law of supply and demand? So for the law of demand, when the price of good rises, quantity demanded of the good falls. When the price falls, quantity demanded rises, and all other things being equal. While in the law of supply, when the supply of goods rises, quantity supplied of the good also rises. When the price falls, quantity supplied falls, and other things being equal. And that would be all for my assignment number 1.